Do you see yourself as an atheist? No. Hi, my name is Juan Pablo Elorriaga. I'm the director of An Atheist Confession. I don't know if that's going to be the name, the final name, but yeah, it's a Confession of an Atheist.
¿Tienes la ubicación?
This isn't just storytelling, it's the creation of a new language for the brand. So let's go straight to it. What is el Ateo to you? A tequila, a stance, a provocation? I think everybody is an atheist at some point in their life, just as everybody is a religious person at some point in their life. As I've spoken to Luis Angel, if a plane was falling down, we would all pray in that last moment, regardless of our beliefs, because you need to hang on to something. So in the same way, there are moments of extreme doubt in life, and even the most religious person doesn't have any certainty about God. So therefore, there's an atheist somewhere. So I think there's value in both of those places. Religion offers a way to feel secure, to feel purpose, because it's a structure that holds them together. So being an atheist is basically saying no to that and to experience whatever comes outside of that place, which can be a lot of uncertainty, it can be a lot of doubt, it can be freedom as well. I think the brand is asking these questions, like, have you ever considered going outside of that safety net that you hold on to, right? And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from that. Even if in the end you decide that you want to be somebody of faith and you believe in whatever it is you believe in, to be able to ask questions and to be able to provoke and to be defiant against your own comfort zones it's an important thing, and I think that's what the brand is asking people to do.
¿Ya está listo?
Yeah.
¡Tequila!
Y aquí tenemos a un Juan salvaje en su hábitat natural. Cuéntanos, ¿te habían maquillado alguna vez?
No despierto, solo dormido.
The sculptures in this film aren't celebrated, they're broken. What does that reveal about your view on art, identity, or even faith? And why do you choose Ramses Ruiz to bring that vision to life? This film was shot inside of a real workshop where Ramses has all of his pieces, and some of them have been left behind, and some are unfinished, and some are in a work in progress. So that's what we're seeing here. It's not that we created this atmosphere. This is what's really happening in the workshop. And to me, this was very symbolic because in a way, Ramses in this video is representing the creator and the destroyer that is the wheel of I wouldn't say humans, but I would just say creation. That's kind of the whole atmosphere, and it's a real thing, but that to me, that's the symbolism. That's what it means to be between all these broken pieces and these works in progress and these finished pieces, which are also there. Also, I picked Ramses because I think there are like a few points in his work that really connect very well to El Ateo. The main two are basically the criticism in his work. He can't be clear about this because it's a sculpture. It's not like an essay or I don't know, something more direct that can tell you how it thinks, but you can see the pieces and you can see critique there. You can see the contemporary art is being confronted with this art, and also the contemporary way of being or lifestyle with all the Mickey Mouse references and the phones and all those things. And I think that's similar to what El Ateo is asking people to question themselves about. And also from the aesthetic part, because Ramses is also working with the classic sculptures like Michelangelo or Lorenzo Bernini, and he's taking the classics in a way and he's reinventing them and breaking those symbols to reinterpret them as something new, which is something that the El Ateo's brand is also doing. If you had to pick one scene as a true manifesto of what El Ateo stands for as a brand and as a philosophy, which would it be and why? There are two scenes. I wouldn't know if it's only one. The first one would be the opening shot, in which we see the La Piedad, I don't know the name in English, but this piece by Michelangelo in which we see Mary carrying Jesus, right? But instead of Jesus is Ramses. And then we look at Ramses on the back, and he's holding, he's in the same position, but there's no Virgin Mary there, and he's holding a tequila. And it's like, it's interesting because it's like, who's holding him, right? And that's the idea, like Jesus had Mary, and that's the faith, and that's all of like the story behind that. But what's going on here, he's like on a chair. So that, to me, is like the life of an atheist. You know, you don't have that figure that can hold you. And then the other one is the product shot in the end, when Luis Angel leaves the bottle and we see it on top of a sculpture that is being made. To me, that's it. It's like I decided to make it beautiful, but I didn't want the perfect shot like you usually see a bottle shot that is filled to the top and it's like everything is perfect around it. It's not perfect in any way, but it's incomplete, but it's a work in progress. So I think that's what represents the brand, you know, to see humans as a work in progress, something that is not finished and it's not perfect either, and it's on the way of building itself. So that's a good symbol, I think, for the whole of the project. Does El Ateo reflect packaged or challenge what people expect from a brand like packaged? I think it does. It does. El Ateo represents packaged because it's producer owned, because it's transparent, because it's a world-class product. That's for starters. But it also, as a brand, I think packaged likes to push the envelope. We're trying to do that with all of the brands. Try to find where they're unique and how they can tell their story in a unique way. And in that sense, El Ateo is just as unique as you can get from a brand. There are shots that explain nothing but say everything. A hand, a pause, a crack. Are you more interested in what the audience understands or what they feel? I'm completely uninterested on what they understand. I'd like to hear what they understand, but it's not like I want to tell them something like that they should read this in a specific way. The whole idea of this is that we have three elements playing with each other, which is the voiceover, which is the text, and it's all of that represents like the thoughts of Luis Angel and El Ateo, and it's his confession.
Who am I?
You can interpret whatever you want. Maybe he's talking to God, maybe he's talking to himself. It doesn't matter. Then you got the sculptures, which carry their own meaning, and once you hear the script and see these images of the sculptures, a lot of things are gonna arise that cannot be measured or calculated. So that's what's important. Then if on top of that we add the sound design, which carries you in a very undeterministic way, like very openly, through emotion, through notes, but it never really achieves to become a music. It's just atmospheres working with each other. Tequila here isn't about celebration. It feels intimate, even sacred. What does it represent to you within the story? Yes, it's kind of dark in a way, because it's usually we think of tequila as a happy drink and something that calls for celebration. But here I wanted it to represent what it represents for Luis Angel, which I mean, the slogan for the brand is "In Tequila We Trust." So it's like tequila kind of takes the place of religion for the brand. And if that's true, I want to know how. And what are the 3 most important things that religion offers people? I think it's prayer, or it's more like offering. It's like what you need to do as a religious person. Like if you want to be healthy, you have to eat well, you have to do exercise, you have to sleep, good sleep, right? So to be a good religious person, you have to do prayer, you have to do service to others, right? And you have to have a communion, you know? So these 3 things, I asked Luis to explain to me if tequila can serve as that, you know? And it, for him, it does. Like, he even went to say that tequila makes him confess to his friends, maybe, you know? But it opens you up and it helps you be open about your emotions and your whatever is going on inside you. Communion is there because you're drinking with others, you're becoming one with others. The prayer, when you drink alone, that's what he said, like it's like a meditation, like we see in the video. The service part is maybe the most interesting one in the case of Luis, because through his business, he's helping people, but also the fact that you bring this drink into a place and you gather people and you give them food and you become like the center of a reunion, that's also where tequila can land. Most brands want to inspire, they talk about success, purpose, aspiration, but El Ateo goes in a different direction. Doubt, discomfort, rupture. Why did you choose that narrative instead of the one everyone expects? I think this brand speaks to a very specific kind of people, and to be an atheist is to not be somebody who conforms easily. So you have to be very thought-oriented, and if you are like that, you don't mind looking for depth in things. And it's not only that you don't mind, you actually appreciate that. So advertisement is very often just moves in a very thin surface, trying to catch like the distracted people. But sometimes, like in this case, well, the people who are like more in the depth, they also are consumers, and they are also looking for products that they can relate to. So I think that's who we're talking to. When the film ends, what feeling do you want to leave hanging in the viewer? Hope, unease, recognition, or something a little more uncomfortable? I want people to feel, I want it to be like a sensation. Like it's like after you grind for a long time, maybe it's work, maybe it's a party, maybe it's a vacation with your children, but those kind of things take a lot from you, and they make you kind of feel exhausted. That feeling of exhaustion it's kind of funny because it's uncomfortable, but at the same time it's very satisfying. It's like you left it all behind and it's worth it somehow, and somehow you don't care anymore about the result of anything, and you just can relax on a job well done, you know? And so all the things about, you know, what's gonna happen tomorrow and what's gonna happen after I die or whatever, that doesn't matter if you grind that way. So that's kind of what I would like people to feel at the end. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but that would be my goal.
It's going really well. This place is quite a place.
Contraseña.
Package.
Esto, requesón.
¿Sí? ¿De cuál?
Del bueno.
What motivated you to tell the story that mixes faith, art, and tequila? Why take the risk of combining something so charged and so controversial? Well, I think it's always been related. I mean, religion has like at the most climatic moment in any mass is communion, right? And that's when they mix the bread and the wine, and it's something that it's in the Bible when Jesus turned water into wine, and it's kind of represented in this moment, and it's Jesus's blood, right? So this carries a lot of meaning, which I don't intend to explain here. And it's obviously there's not one explanation, but you can argue that there are a lot of gods in the past, like Dionysius, for example, or Baco, which are very intertwined with the gods that are representing the holiest of aspects, like Apollo, for example, like Zeus. And it's because wine it activates part of the human experience that leads to wisdom in a way. It does. And also art is right in the middle of that. Art is kind of being in that state of altered state of the mind, which alcohol allows, and it allows the human to become in touch with the divine, you know. So art has always been that bridge that is between the divine and matter. So it's just very interconnected through history, and I think it makes a lot of sense to talk about it as a one and the same thing in a way. And here's the last one. Do you see yourself as an atheist? No.
Se acabó.
It's a wrap.
Puede ser. Sí va a funcionar. Rompa todo. Lo que no pueda, Robert.